Hey there, and welcome to this video that's all about becoming a case study client for one of our integration mentors in training. It's so good to be here with you today. If we haven't met before, my name is Sumiloff. I am a master mentor at the Sumiloff Academy of Human Integration. I'm also the author and the facilitator of the Integration Mentor program. And basically, I wrote the program according to my own successful mentoring practice, and now I'm teaching it to those who want to create a positive change in their corner of the world. It's so lovely to meet you if we haven't met before, and thank you for taking this time to find out more about what we do and the benefits and expectations of becoming a case study client for one of our integration mentors in training. So, hey, welcome. So why are we here today? So the purpose of this particular video is to answer most, if not all, of your questions, the questions that you might have about becoming a case study client and helping one of our students' certification process. And this, of course, being a case study client, will help you with your own personal development goals as you're working on a one-to-one basis with one of our mentors in training. So the true value of becoming a case study client is the extraordinary transformational experience that you will have. And while we don't have a crystal ball to see how far you'll take it, how much you'll get from it, and how much you'll benefit from being a case study client, I have some case study client feedback from past clients. So I'd like to jump straight into that if that is okay for you. So the first one is I really appreciate that you had a case study client spot available for me. This process helped me out when I was in a very dark place in my life. With my mentor's help, I learned how to pull myself out of the anxiety and stress I was feeling at the time. I also liked learning about my personality type, as it really helped me to learn more about the hidden parts of myself. So that's one of our case study clients. The next one says, I found the process both therapeutic and inspiring. I felt like I could do anything after my sessions. Thank you so much for accepting me as a case study client. You are very welcome if you're listening to this video. It's great to have case study clients for our mentors who are ready to jump into their own transformational journey. Another case study client said, I am so glad to have been a part of this. Working with a mentor in training really helped me get out of my own head and release the old belief that I was too complicated to understand. I have spent thousands of dollars in therapy and life coaching with little or no change. I can't believe this service was available to me with just a small administrative fee. Thank you for being a part of this. Another case study client says, I really appreciated our honest conversations. My mentor in training saw what I could not see about myself and helped me set small goals and everyday practices that hugely improved my quality of life. I felt cared for and safe throughout the highly confidential process. Thank you for having me as a case study client. You're very welcome. And let's do two more. Being a case study client really helped me grow and learn about myself. I learned how to react to things more productively and accept what I could not change. I was really down about myself and thought I didn't deserve anything. But at the end of our sessions, I became so proud of who I am. I knew that 3 months of mentoring would not change everything in my life, but while I still had hurts from the things that happened to me in my childhood, I was able to grow to the point that pain no longer was running my life and my decisions. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. That's so awesome. And finally, let's do one more. I loved learning my Myers-Briggs personality type and integrating the wisdom around that. Although I was skeptical about the concept of the inner children at first, I garnered so much clarity from working with my mentor and working through my personality type challenges. And I loved how everything about my life started to make sense. Nice. The 4 people within framework together with my MBTI type confirmation changed everything for me. So those are just some of the feedback that we received from our past case study clients. So if anything stood out there for you as you're listening and you said, ooh, I'd like some of that, perhaps being a case study client could be a good idea for you, but only you'll know that. Okay, so having heard that, you might say, yep, I'm ready to go, but I have some questions, and that's what we're here to do, really, to get you really comfortable about putting yourself forward. So let me see if I can help you make an informed decision about joining or not joining, whether this is or isn't right for you. And so we're going to go into some of the most frequently asked questions. Now, I'll just say real quick, if your questions about this process weren't answered by this video, you can email us at desk@mariasumiloff.com, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. So let's go into our most frequently asked questions. Number one, how do I become a case study client if I'm not on social media or within the integration field already? So there are a couple of ways that you can in which you can become a case study client. And one of the ways is that you come to us through referral. And one of the most amazing things about coming through to us by a referral is that you may already have seen some of the amazing results that our process has given somebody that you already know. And of course, coming through a referral, if you trust the person that you're coming through, then absolutely you will have more of an understanding and maybe even a deeper sense of what kind of a transformation is possible if you've been following through the person that you know, if you've been following through their personality development journey. So one of the ways that we get our case study clients is through referrals. The second way is that you can get onto our mailing list. So if you head on over to Sumiloff.com or mariasumiloff.com, and you can grab our free 4 People with an ebook through there, you'll get onto our mailing list. And from time to time, not always or not regularly, but from time to time, we send out an email saying, hey, we have some availabilities, or would you like to get on a case study client waiting list for a suitable mentor? So that's another way. And of course, thirdly, if you're really keen to get going, you can email us at desk@mariasumiloff.com right now and say, I'd like to become a case study client. I saw your video and I liked what I saw, and here are my 3 biggest challenges and my time zone. So then we can put you on the mailing list and or the waiting list, a mailing list, and then we'll let you know when there is a suitable mentor available for you. Okay, so I hope that answered that first question. The second question is the environment a confidential and safe one for me to speak freely? So all of our mentors in training are abiding by the strictest rules of confidentiality. So the short answer is yes. Now, even the mentoring training facilitator, who is myself, will not learn details about the client in a way that would identify the client. So in our live calls, we have weekly live calls for our integration mentor training. When the mentors in training are talking about the case study clients, they have assigned a letter or a number to signify which case study client they're talking about. So we have no way of actually knowing who is working through what challenges, as I am helping the mentors in training to navigate their mentoring practice with you, the case study clients. So I hope that helps you understand the level of security and confidentiality that we've put in place to make sure that your integrity stays intact. The second thing is that it's completely up to the client to decide what they do and don't disclose within the sessions and out of the sessions with their mentor. Now, obviously, you're going to get a lot more out of the sessions if you're really transparent than you do if you withhold information. But whatever is disclosed within the sessions or outside of the sessions between the two of you will stay in the sessions, unless, of course, you are investigated for a crime and your client records are subpoenaed for legal reasons. But we're assuming that that's not what's going to happen. But that's literally the only time that anybody else outside of your mentor would be privileged to receive any of your information. So if you haven't committed a crime that you're going to be subpoenaed for, or your records will be subpoenaed, then you have nothing to worry about. Okay, I hope that answers that particular question. So the next question is, do I need to pay anything to become a case study client? So the short answer is that while the mentoring itself is free, we do have an administrative fee that is currently at $37.50 US. So the administrative fee will cover your sign-up procedure, including an official Myers-Briggs self-assessment process and the 4 people within ebook. And those 2 things, your MBTI self-assessment, so to get to know your type or confirm your type through our self-assessment process, and the 4 people within ebook, they're imperative for you to have a successful case study client experience with your mentoring training. Because in order for them to really practice the 4 people within framework, which is what they're specializing in, they need to know what your MBTI type is, so that you can get a lot of really high-level results from your work together. So yes, so the short answer is there's no charge for the mentoring, but there is an administrative fee, which is currently in US dollars, $37.50. So I hope that answers that question. The next question we have here is number 4. Who will I work with? My question is around compatibility with my potential mentor. I want to be comfortable with the mentor I will be working with. Will my mentor be able to help me with my challenges? And this is a fantastic question, because unlike pretty much every other coaching or mentoring training program that I'm aware of, we do not focus on just generic coaching or mentoring practices. So what we will be doing is we will be matching the case study client with mentors in training that have exact first-hand experience in what the client is struggling with. So let's just say that you're struggling with childhood abandonment that's still creating problems in your current relationship. We're going to match you with a mentor who has first-hand experience in and is overcoming or has already overcome childhood abandonment issues in relation to relationships. So it's very important to us that we are matching you with a mentor that's actually going to help you with the challenges that you are facing with. So as a part of the process, we're going to ask you to submit your 3 biggest challenges in your life currently. And then your answer to this question gives us a lot of clarity around the possible mentors in training that might be a good fit for you. So each of our mentors in training have specialization according to their personal lived experience in life. And that is what mentoring is actually about. It's not about theoretical knowledge. It's about helping you with the challenges that you're experiencing. And so we'll be basically looking for a good match for you as a mentor, a mentor who's already overcome or is in the process of overcoming and a couple of steps further than you within the challenges that you're facing right now. Now, we also have another kind of safeguard to make sure that there is a good fit. And that safeguard is called suitability call. And each of the case study clients will have a suitability call with that potential mentor to make sure that the 2 of you are compatible, that you feel comfortable working together. And if after the suitability call there's any doubt about the compatibility, both you and the mentor can contact me directly and say, look, it didn't feel exactly 100% and this is why for me. And then I will discuss the challenges or the concerns that have been raised in a very confidential space in relation in between you and your potential mentor. Now, because our main drive is to create a more compassionate and effective world, we have to make sure that you're a good match with your mentor. So any concerns about compatibility between you and the potential mentor, just email me straight away, desk@mariasumiloff.com, and we'll sort it out. So I hope that answers the question on who you'll be working with and if they're compatible with you. Okay, number 5, how long will I be a case study client for? So the case study client spots are for 3 months, and they are 3 sessions every month. So 9 sessions over a 3-month period. Next question, how many hours per week or month do both parties invest? So it's a little bit different for the mentors in training because they'll be investing not just the case study client hours, but also their student hours. So when you're a mentor in training, you'll be investing about 10 to 15 hours a week maximum between your studies and your case study clients. Okay, and that includes all our live training, weekly live training, modular training, and the case study clients. Now, if you're a case study client, it really depends, the amount of time that you put into it really depends on the severity of your challenges and how long you will take to complete your homework every week or between the sessions. So a good golden rule is, say, 5 to 10 hours per month on average, including your 3 one-hour sessions with your mentor. So approximately 5 to 10 hours per month. Now, with more severe challenges, applying the learnings will take longer than those whose process is more straightforward. So if you have really heavy healing type challenges that you need to break some patterns around, you might be investing more time than somebody who just needs to learn certain skills. Because we work with 5 areas of mentoring. Area 1 is your vision and direction. Area 2 is your strategies. Area 3 is your skills around the strategies. Area 4 is your environment. And Area 5 is maximizing your personality psychology, your 4 people within. So if you're a person who doesn't have a lot of healing, that just needs to learn a couple of skills here and there to implement a new strategy in their lives, their time investment will not be as lengthy as perhaps somebody who has to work on each of the 5 areas of mentoring. So I hope that answers that question. Question number 7, what will I expect to gain at the end of being a case study client? So there's a couple of things that you can expect. Number 1, the work of a mentor is to provide you with a safe space to express yourself and to discover what your needs are. So by the end of your being a case study client, you will have been provided a safe space to really explore your own needs and motivations. The second thing is that the mentor in training will help you clarify your vision and direction, choose a strategy that will work for you, help you acquire new skills around the strategy, and help you make your environment more conducive for healing or development, depending on what you're working on. And then finally, they will help you with your unique personality psychology and your wiring. So in other words, your 4 people within, so that you'll know what your personality's strengths are and what are the potential blind spots, so that they don't go unnoticed and you don't fall into those particular potholes in your life. Finally, at the end of your 3-month experience as a case study client, you can expect to have a solidified success habits in relation to at least one of your painful patterns that you're breaking throughout the 3 months. So the 3 months is really a long enough period to tackle one specific challenge that you're experiencing. So we want to start breaking that pattern and then create success habits around creating a more desirable outcome for you. So for example, let's just say that you have those abandonment issues. By the end of the 3 months of mentoring, you expect to be really aware of your pattern and self-soothe around that pattern so that you can make better decisions when you're dealing with your relationships out there in the world. So you're no longer driven by the fear of being abandoned. I hope that makes sense. Okay, question number 8. Can I choose what form of communication I'm comfortable with, as I'm a nervous person and feel uncomfortable being on camera? Are those options available? So most of the case study client sessions are done online over Zoom or Google Meet or one of those types of platforms. Now, however, in some cases, the mentor in training is able to do your sessions over the phone or in person. Now, obviously, with the pandemic, we haven't been able to be in person very much, so some of the sessions are can be done over the phone or other applications, online applications that you find comfortable with. But you will discuss that with your mentor. And some of our case study clients feel uncomfortable or too self-aware on camera, and this may interfere with the transformative power of their mentoring work. And in these cases, I recommend that the client does not have to have their camera on during the sessions. Now, some case study clients choose to expand their comfort zone after a while to include the video. And the main benefit of being on camera is that your mentor in training is able to read your body language, read your facial expressions, to discover potential unspoken or underlying challenges. And they may be able to help your transformation around those things faster. But no, while we recommend that our case study clients are on camera, there's absolutely no pressure for you to be on camera if that feels too uncomfortable for you. So I hope that that answers that particular question. Okay, question number 9. Can I call my mentor whenever I'm faced with a challenge? Okay, great question, because sometimes when we open that can of worms, poof, worms everywhere, hanging off ceilings or whatever. So your mentoring sessions are once per week or once every 2 weeks. So depending on, because you have 3 mentoring sessions a month, depending on how the weeks fall in the calendar month. Your mentor will explain this to you in more detail and confirm dates and so on. So if you face a challenge between your sessions, then you should email your mentor in training with what the challenge is, what happened leading up to the challenge being triggered or activated, and what you did to try and overcome the challenge before you contacted them. And this information will give your mentor in training a lot of detail to see how they can best help you with the challenge you're facing. So I want you to note that our mentors in training are not on call, but they may be available to speak with you in between sessions, depending solely on their availability. So email is the first point of contact if you get struggles between your sessions. All right, I hope that answers that question number 9. Number 10, are my values in line with the mentors of the Sumiloff Academy? So this is a great question, because the Sumiloff Academy of Human Integration is all about achieving meaningful goals and visions together and creating a more compassionate and effective world. So this is a very fantastic question. And it is important to us at the Academy to really only work with people who share our vision and values. So our 20 to 50 year vision of a more compassionate, effective world includes creating our own online safe house for personal development, Sumiloff.com, which we have already created. It's already up and running. We are also planning to have in-person safe houses all around the world in time. That's in the future. And also, of course, we have the Integration Mentor program, of which you're looking to become a case study client in. And the Integration Mentor program helps insightful and spiritually generous people to create a positive change in their corner of the world through mentoring. And that's just a couple of things that we do and a couple of values that we have within the Academy. Now, our core values in more specifics are compassion towards self and others, very important, personal integration and growth, knowledge for the purpose of creating actual change, so not just talking about it, but creating actual change, and proactive and respectful support of self and others in achieving meaningful goals together. So if these core values align with yours, I would absolutely like to invite you to apply to become one of our case study clients for our students. Absolutely, that would be awesome. And if not, our work may not be the best match for you and what you're looking for right now. So we really recommend that if you don't align with those values of compassion towards self and others, personal integration and growth, knowledge for purpose of creating actual change, and then proactive and respectful support for self and others, then you should look for other opportunities that are out there. So If those are, as I said, your core values, we'd love to work with you. Get in touch with us at desk@sumiloff.com and drop us a line about wanting to become a case study client. Now, I hope that answers that particular question. It's really important for us that we share the same values. And finally, question number 11, what other requirements do you have of case study clients? So what expectations do we have? We have a couple of expectations. Number one, be willing to diligently show up at to your mentoring sessions and be committed to your own personal growth. So you can't be a part of this process if you're not willing to make sure that your mentor passes their studies. Each of our mentors in training, in order to become certified, they have to have minimum of 45 hours of one-to-one practice. So if you are not truly committed to the process, don't apply. Don't waste our mentors in training time where they then have to find another case study client to work with. If you are ready to do your 9 hours and you're excited and rearing to go, then this might be the exact thing for you. The second thing that we require is that at the end of our work together, I or one of our student counselors will jump on a call with you for half an hour to get feedback on your experience. So this call will last maximum of half an hour, and you're required to be honest in giving your feedback, both positive, so what went well, and negative, which is growth feedback in what we can do better. And the third thing that we require of you is that other than the administrative fee of $37.50 US, that you understand that there are no other hidden costs or any other financial requirements of being a case study client. So the only other expectation that we have of you is the administrative fee. Okay, so those are the three things we require of you: that you show up and do your work, that you actually, at the end of our work together, give us some feedback, both supportive, so positive, what went well, and growth feedback, what we can do better. And finally, that you commit to the $37 US.50 administrative fee. Those are the three requirements we have. All right, so I hope that answered all your questions on that. Now, if in fact you're ready to become a case study client, head on over to your email and email us at desk@sumiloff.com with your follow-up questions or your 3 biggest challenges and your time zone, and mention that you'd like to become a case study client, and I will put you on the waiting list and look for a suitable mentor in training. Now, if you have other questions, so let's just say that this video didn't answer all your questions and you're still not sure. Again, email me, desk@sumiloff.com. I will get back to you, or if I happen to be away, which I should probably be away more often than I am, to be honest. I'm working way too much. If I happen to be away, one of our student counselors will get in touch with you to answer your questions. So please, no questions off the limits. Just send us an email, desk@sumiloff.com, and we are ready, and we're ready for you, and we're looking forward to, together with you, create a more compassionate and effective world. So if you're into achieving meaningful goals together, if you want to take this opportunity for $37.50 US to work with a mentor and training for 3 months, then get in touch with us right away. All right, have a great day, and stay safe, look after yourself, and I look forward to working with you. Take care.